Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Christina Williams, and I am bringing to you what looks like it might have absolutely nothing to do whatsoever with reading. And you know me, I'm always trying to hook our families up with things that will help kids to become better readers and spellers. Well, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is even though I'm very skills focused, we like to promote phonics and make the sounds we see and teach kids the code upon which our language is based. One of the key components of reading success is kids' background knowledge. We want to continually expand our students' background knowledge, and we can do that with anything we find interesting. If we're interested in it, it's really easy to kind of have that enthusiasm move over into our children. So really, I would love for you to just see the world with wider eyes and think, how can I fascinate my students with some tidbits about the world around us? So what I have today is kind of a magical lesson, because we're gonna take 10 seemingly nondescript pieces of paper. They are about 1.5 inches wide and 12 inches long. And you can have your kids measure and cut these to promote math skills, or you can cut them on a paper cutter if you have that handy. But what we want to do is have 10 strips of paper, and at the ends of each of those 10 strips, we're going to put a hole. So the next step, you are going to need 2 paper fasteners. The next step is to simply place those holes on the paper fastener like so. You're going to have the kids do this, of course, and then they're going to spread the paper fastener at the back. You could use some kind of twist tie or anything that will do the job is fine with us. Then you're going to take another paper fastener, put it in the opposite end, and they should match up pretty well. And then you're going to separate the back of the paper fastener as so. And it doesn't look like much here, but with a little bit of work, we can make something pretty special. What we're going to do is separate each of these papers one from the other and pull it around like this, so that what was once flat and boring actually starts to change its shape. It transforms into a 3-dimensional object, and this 3-dimensional object is called a sphere. Kids who have to participate in nationally normed tests are often asked or given questions so they can demonstrate their knowledge about 3-dimensional shapes, and sphere is often one of those words that kids are asked about. So what we've done is we've taken something that's flat and we've made it a 3-dimensional roundish shape, and that shape matches the shape of a globe. Now, I'd love for you, if you have a tangerine or an orange or something like that, I'd love for you to challenge your kids to peel an orange and try to keep that peeling in one whole piece. What we'd like to do is demonstrate with that how hard it is to make a map of something that's sphere-shaped, because in that case, we have to take something that's round and transform it into something that's flat. You can demonstrate how that works with that orange peeling. Try to have them push it down. Show how that round shape looks kind of like this when they press it flat. You can talk about the different kinds of maps if your kids are a little older. But for now, what we want to do is we want to have them look at a map, and you can pull one up online, or I'm going to put this document, a Word document that you can download. It's a PDF. And you can get a map of the world just that way. Just click on the link that I'll provide in the notes below. But what I'd like you to do is show your kids a map of the world. We're going to take this blue ball and we're going to turn it into a map by simply adding continents. And we'll also identify the oceans. Now, ever since I was a young teacher, I somehow heard the song. I did not write it. It's not overly exciting, but it always does the job I need it to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to sing the names of every continent and ocean on the map. And so what we do in the classroom is I usually have a pointer stick, and we point to the continents on that large map at the front of most every classroom. And but for you, what you can do is just have your kids point their finger. You point your finger. You can use pencils or any kind of special something that you find. But we're going to point and sing the song so your kids will recognize the names of the continents and where they are located. We're going to do it in a specific way every single time so that it becomes rote memory. Here's how the song goes. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia. Don't forget Australia, Antarctica, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian, and the Arctic Ocean. Now you're gonna sing this again and again. In my classroom, we had about 28 kids, and we probably did the song 14 times in the morning, and the other half of the class, the other 14, did it in the afternoon, and then they would beg to do it again and again. So we did it a number of times, but I want you to know that repetition did get the names embedded in our kids' memories. So I would challenge you to sing the song in the car as you're driving along. Sing it while the kids are in the bathtub. But put those words, even if my 4-year-old granddaughter could absolutely do this. But we're gonna sing and point as we go. And notice that you're going top, bottom, 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 and then even farther down in the South Pole. And then left to right or west to east across the map with the ocean names. Now, what we'd like to do is have your kids get a piece of green construction paper and notice the approximate shape of each of these continents. We're gonna have them take a pair of scissors and just free cut just something close to the shape of each of these continents and oceans, and then they're going to glue them onto the spheres that they made so that these blue spheres are actually transformed into globes. Now, in this document that I have for you that you can download with the link, it has the labels of the continents or the words of the continents and oceans, the names printed out, or so that you can print them out and you can just glue them on so that even if you can't tell by looking at it, you can identify the continents and oceans. So that is something I have for you. It's something your kids will be proud to hang in their bedrooms or somewhere, playroom, something like that. And they will have fun learning the word sphere, the names of the continents and oceans, what a sphere is, and they can identify each of those places in the world. Now, I also have in the downloadable that I'm including a blank map of the continents and oceans, and your kids, if they're a little older, they can label them there. I also have another game. If you have older students, you can use the page that looks like this, and it tells you different snacks you can get. Like you can get Teddy Grahams and Hershey's Kisses and Goldfish and Sugar Babies and the Yellow Starburst and Apple Jacks, kangaroos, those little banana Runts candies, Red Hots, and whales. I think they're a Walmart brand of the goldfish. But anyway, you take those items and you use the longitude and latitudinal directional instructions, and the kids will find particular places on the map. So I know the Teddy Grahams are the Smoky Mountains, so your kids will place one of those Teddy Grahams about where the longitude and latitudinal lines line up. So you can even stretch this simple lesson a little bit farther so that your kids can learn about how maps work. They can learn about longitude and latitude and have lots of fun expanding their vocabularies. I look forward to hearing from you and learning how these activities work with your family, and keep it tuned. You might get something else you find fun and interesting.